I never thought betrayal could sound so polite. Haley, it's just that. We want to keep things small. That's what my sister Emma said to me over the phone. Her voice trembling with that fake sweetness she always used when she was lying. Small, that was her excuse for not inviting me to her wedding. Her own sister. Her maid of honor in every childhood game we ever played. Her shadow, her secret keeper. Her defender when Mom blamed her for things she didn't do. But now I was apparently too much, too dramatic, too attention, grabbing. That's what her fiancé, Mark, whispered behind my back when he thought I wasn't listening. I remember standing there in my tiny apartment, holding the phone, staring out the window at the gray New York skyline. I could see my reflection in the glass, eyes wide, jaw tight, tears burning their way down but refusing to fall. Too much, I whispered to myself. Maybe I was, but if I was too much, then she was too little. The truth? I helped her get that man. I was the one who set them up. I introduced them at my own birthday dinner 3 years ago. Emma had just gotten out of a breakup, crying every night. Mark was my coworker, charming, funny, dangerous in that way men are when they know exactly what they're doing. And he had his eyes on me first. He flirted, he lingered, he touched my arm when he laughed. And I let him. Until I didn't. Because I saw Emma look at him like he was sunlight. And I stepped back. And she stepped right over me. Fast forward 3 years. I'm standing in a thrift store, holding a half-broken lamp when I see it. An Instagram post. Emma in a lace wedding dress. Mark in a tuxedo. Caption. Forever starts here in brittle bliss, not futuremiz. And just like that, my world goes quiet. No call, no invite, no warning. Do you know what it feels like to realize your family doesn't just forget you? They erase you? I didn't cry, not right away. I just sat there, scrolled through the comments, all her friends gushing, and something inside me shifted. Something cold, something powerful. I wasn't going to beg. I wasn't going to sit in that apartment and rot while she lived her perfect story. So I decided to write my own. 2 weeks later, I booked a flight to Italy. No plan, no hotel, no clue. Just rage, a camera, and a credit card I probably shouldn't have maxed out. The first thing that hit me when I landed in Positano was the color of the water. That impossible turquoise that looks like it's been photoshopped by God. The air smelled like lemons and sea salt and freedom. I remember thinking, if I'm going to be forgotten, I might as well make it cinematic. I found a villa through a local woman named Julia, who said she rented to heartbroken women and honeymooners. I told her I was both. The villa sat on a cliff, vines crawling up white stone walls, bougainvillea spilling down like pink fire. For the moment I saw it, I knew this wasn't a vacation. This was going to be my stage. For the first time in months, I felt something alive inside me. I went out and bought a long, flowing gold dress from a little boutique that smelled like incense and old secrets. The owner said, "You look like revenge." I smiled. That's the idea. I started taking pictures. Me barefoot on the villa balcony, wind tangling my hair. Me walking through the market with flowers in my hands. Me standing on the beach at sunset in that gold dress, the waves licking my feet like anointing oil. But these weren't just the pictures, they were weapons. I posted the first one with attended. Some are meant to be replaced. Some are meant to be replaced. Within hours, it exploded. Thousands of likes. Comments from strangers saying, "This is goddess energy. Reclaim your story. Who needs a man when you've got Italy?" For the first time in my life, I felt seen, not as Emma's sister, not as someone's second choice, but as Haley. I started uploading more. Little videos, too. I filmed myself dancing in the moonlight on that villa balcony, laughing, sipping wine, whispering to the camera. Sometimes you don't crash the wedding, you outshine it. By the end of the week, I had gone viral. Over 1 million views. People were stitching my videos saying, "This is how you heal. This woman turned pain into art." But the best part? The wedding hadn't even happened yet. Emma called me the night before it. "Haley, what are you doing?" Her voice was sharp, frantic. "You're embarrassing yourself." I laughed. "No, Emma, I'm inspiring people. You're making it about you like you always do. Funny, I said, because I wasn't even invited. How could it possibly be about me? She hung up, but I knew she saw it. I knew Mark did too, because an hour later he messaged me. It was short. Haley, you look incredible. Italy suits you. I stared at that message for a long time. My chest felt like fire and ice. The man who had chosen my sister was now reaching back toward me. Typical. I didn't reply. Not yet. The next day, I woke up early, threw on that gold dress again, and hired a local photographer. I told him I wanted a shoot that looked like a wedding, but with no groom. He laughed, said, "Ah, una sposa di vendetta, a bride of revenge." I said, "Exactly." We shot for hours. Me in the dress, veil blowing in the wind, holding a single glass of champagne on the balcony. Me walking down the steps of the villa, bouquet in hand, looking directly into the camera like I knew something the world didn't. Then I posted it all with the caption, "Didn't get invited to the wedding," and the internet lost its mind. And it went from viral to legendary. And get viral to legendary. People started tagging news outlets, influencers, fashion brands. "This woman turned heartbreak into history," one headline said. Another read, "Sister uninvited, from wedding creates her own fairy tale in Italy. Internet declares her the real bride," and then came the twist I didn't expect. Mark messaged me again, longer this time. He said he made a mistake. That he and Emma had been fighting, that he'd never stopped thinking about me. That I looked like the woman he should have married. I felt a chill run down my spine, the kind that comes right before lightning strikes. I didn't answer immediately. I waited until I saw photos of Emma's actual wedding. It was beautiful, of course. Expensive. Cold. She was smiling, but her eyes looked hollow. Then I posted one last video. Me, standing on a boat drifting through the Amalfi Coast, the sun melting behind me. I turned to the camera and said, "Some people marry for love. Some marry for appearances. And some of us will marry ourselves, and that's the only vow that never breaks." Then I added a screenshot at the end of the video. Mark's message. His name. His words. Everything. The video hit 10 million views in 2 days. Her wedding hashtag got hijacked, flooded with people calling me the real bride, the Italian goddess, the sister who won. Emma blocked me everywhere. Mark tried calling. I ignored him. Because the truth was, I didn't want him. I just wanted her to feel what she made me feel. Unseen, replaced, forgotten. And she did. The whole internet watched me rise while her perfect day faded into the background. But revenge has a funny way of turning into rebirth. Because somewhere between the champagne and the sunsets, I stopped performing for her and started living for me. I stayed in Italy, started working with a travel brand. My story became a campaign. Reclaim your fairy tale. And one night, as I watched the lights of Positano glitter like fireflies on the sea, I realized something. She uninvited me from her story so I could finally write my own. So yes, I was uninvited from my sister's wedding. But what she didn't know, what the world now does, is that she didn't take anything from me. She set me free, and when I walked through those Italian streets, camera in hand, laughter echoing off the cobblestones, I didn't feel like the sister left behind anymore. I felt like the woman who turned heartbreak into art. Because revenge doesn't always look like destruction. Sometimes it looks like gold silk, ocean air, and a smile so powerful, it goes viral.